what a brave idea from the Queensland Teachers Union. They want to get rid of NAPLAN. Now, you might scratch your head and go, geez, why would they want to get rid of NAPLAN? They say it's because there are record numbers of parents pulling their children out of the testing scheme because, they feel it puts too much pressure on little Johnny and he can't deal with it and it's all too much. Maybe it's got something to do with the fact that NAPLAN results have been in free fall for a very long time. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that something like a quarter of students fail the damn test, and the Teachers Union, which of course its membership is made up by the teachers who are meant to be teaching these students, they don't particularly like the fact that these poor results are a reflection on them. Believe it or not as well, another one of the excuses that was used by the Queensland Teachers Union is that because the test is now online, it puts too much pressure on their IT systems. We don't have enough computers. The internet is getting overloaded. We can't possibly do it. Now, look, I've had a few problems with the NAPLAN system for a while. One is that it takes like 6 months to get the results back. So you're sort of towards the end of the year anyway, and it sort of feels like, geez, could we have not had these results within a month or two? And it would have actually given the school an idea for the rest of the year where it needed to be focusing. But, it wasn't all that long ago I was at school, and I distinctly remember that in the week or two leading up to NAPLAN, we would have lessons specifically about how to do NAPLAN. Now, if you are up to where you are meant to be, surely you shouldn't be receiving lessons about how to do NAPLAN. They were literally telling us this is the way to do the test in order to get the best result. Well, I thought I was just meant to walk into the room, fill out the paper, and for the sake of, learning about the state of the education system in the country, whatever the results are is whatever the results are.
The reason the teachers teach you how to do this exam specifically is because, as you pointed out, it's more of a reflection on the school and the teaching than it is on the students, which is why I don't understand how they say it's stressful for kids. Both my boys did NAPLAN right through their schooling, and they were never stressed because A, it wasn't compulsory, B, it didn't count towards their final results.
No bearing on you.
And so I didn't know my kids or any of their friends ever to be stressed about NAPLAN. It was just one of those things they did, and the chips fell where they fell. If they don't want to do NAPLAN, I've got an idea for the Queensland Teachers Union. What if we had a half-yearly exam and an end-of-year exam, and students didn't move to the next grade until they'd passed both those exams, like we did in the old days?
Some kids would never leave school.
Or teachers would have to improve their performance, and kids would learn to read and write.
Yeah, well, what this obviously is a test of the schools. It's a test of how good the teaching is there. And here's the Teachers Union trying to cover their own backsides because, like we saw last August, 1 in 3 kids was just bombing. And Queenslanders are rightly asking the question, we spend billions on the Department of Education year in, year out, and all we're seeing is progressively worse and worse results from NAPLAN. What the heck is going on? So the Teachers Union has gone, well, we've got a solution to this. Let's just stop having it. If you listen really hard, you can hear the familiar sound of people avoiding accountability. But the question remains, though, why are the parents withdrawing their kids from it? They're saying it's stressful. You've just explained why actually it shouldn't be stressful at all, because, again, it's supposed to be a marker of the quality of the teaching, of the quality of the school that the kids are in. It's actually not a marker on those kids. It's not a grade that's going to follow them around. This isn't like year 12. And also, I had to laugh when I read this article because I was like, this is why the Asian kids and the immigrants are smashing the whiteys across the board. And the stats show this very comprehensively because I grew up with some Asian friends in my class and there's not a single Asian parent who's like, oh, Johnny's stressed. We'll just let him off the hook. Wait until you get into the workforce, buckos. Every single day is a test and you won't survive unless you're bringing your employer the goods on a daily basis. We are deliberately raising snowflakes. We talk about how bad Gen Y, Gen Z is in the workforce.
Yeah, we've created that.
And then you look at these younger generations who are already pikers at this age, aided and abetted by their own parents.
Yeah, that's the problem.
And you're like, what the heck are you going to be like coming out of year 12? I don't want to be around to see
You have to love the way the left solve problems, though, right? I mean, youth crime is a problem. What should we do? Let's raise the age of criminal responsibility, and all of a sudden, youth crime disappears. Gee, NAPLAN results aren't very good. Kids don't seem to be learning. What should we do? Let's just get rid of testing.
That's right.
So no one knows, and immediately the situation is fine. This is a common theme we see.
Maybe next we'll just get rid of school altogether, because, of course, if you don't go to school, you can't fail at school. I always thought NAPLAN was great, to be perfectly honest, because it was a day where I got to go to school, do something I knew had no bearing on my grades, and I didn't have to go to my normal lessons. What kid doesn't like that?